Okay, it's been a minute since I've recorded anything Wilds related. I actually did record a 2-youth Duna and also 8-star Legiacris. The tempered version, 5-star. However, it's been like, I don't know, however long it's been since the first title up there, second title update. So at least, I think at least a month, close to. At this point, I got into a slump and I just didn't feel like actually putting in the effort to actually put the thumbnail and stuff on there. So I just decided to go ahead and play the game. I have a lot of stuff now though, from last time, layered armor and stuff. So that's nice. I thought it would be more interesting anyways, just to do the 5-star, 9-star tempereds, and they're not that bad. I was afraid they were going to be like even more difficult than the 8-star tempereds. However, I've not felt that. So my main test target was, if you cannot tell by the armor, Dragios. If I can find it. So I have a 5-star, 8-star, which I had over here. This is the first one I did. And then I had the 9-star just up here. And I wanted to do it as a test. And especially with the recent Lance buffs, it's not that bad. You know, as long as you're not actually taking damage, you can tank a bunch of stuff with your power guard and regular guard. So you're still taking a lot of chip damage from the stronger attacks, but a lot of times after those stronger attacks, he's not going to move for a minute, so you can heal after it. I just did one of these and it was like sub 20 minutes, and I'll do it again because I mean, it gives good rewards. I have really good charms now, or not really good charms, but you know, serviceable charms, at the very least better than what I've had, because I've hardly made any charms and I've hardly upgraded them because I never really felt the need to. But from what I can tell, they deal the same amount of damage. Maybe this one's a bit faster, and maybe it has different attacks. I don't know. But it gives different rewards, right? This one's for party and this is for charms. But I want to do Duna first, since I never actually got that recording out. I had a terribly difficult time with it. I think it's similar to how Raydal was, at the very least, difficulty wise. However, I just had a very difficult time with it, actually fighting it. I used dual blades for the most part. I used a little bit of bow too. So I haven't actually fought him yet with Lance. So we'll see how this goes. I don't have like, you know, maxed out defense or anything. So we'll see. He has his strongest attack, I'll say, is his belly flop, which can be scary, right? But I think we'll be fine, especially since Lance got the thing where it doesn't take as much damage in Power Guard anymore. It's pretty safe, and as long as he's like a slower attacker like this, I think it will be fine. Slow attackers are really just something Lance can pick on, because you don't have to worry too much about not being able to counter. I do need to watch for chip damage though, because he is dealing quite a bit of it. I have somewhat of a comfort build. It deals, you know, okay damage. Obviously, I wouldn't be able to get a 9-star, 5-star monster, or a 9-5 monster, I'll say it like that, in sub 20 minutes if the set wasn't okay. I have defense down. I don't know what that is. I assume that's from an armor skill. We're going to assume that, because I've not been hit by anything he's done yet. But in general, Lance has felt the most consistent, unless against something like tempered Gore or even regular Gore. Gore's just not a great matchup for Lance for whatever reason. And I can just choose not to fight Gore. And I'd rather. I just don't really like Gore in this game, so I'm fine with that. I really do have to watch my health here, though. He's chewing through quite a lot of it. This is some good damage, though, that I'm getting off. And there are better lances that I could use, but I didn't have quite enough stuff, and I didn't want to like comb through my materials, cherry picking everything just for one Ardian weapon. So this is what I got. What hit me? Okay, I think I'm starting to remember why Duna was a little bit difficult for me. He has very weird hitboxes sometimes. And for precise dodging weapons like, okay, that's not actually that bad. For guard, that may be bad though. Okay, that was more. Okay, maybe the second one just does more. Careful. But other than gore, you know, most other weapons or most other monsters have felt fine against Lance. You do just really do a lot of damage, but again, he's not like super quick, so I'm not just gonna completely die to him if I do actually take hits. Because he's not like doing them every 2 seconds. Think you're going underwater? Yes. Alright, cool. I think this gives me a knockdown, yes. It's been a very long time since I've actually fought him. So I am very much rusty on this fight, at the very least. Oh, that's bad. Don't want to do that. Yeah, it does just deal so much damage. And I have guard up. You know, it's just how the fight is. It's understandable. You know, he's supposed to be really high on the damage scale. I'm not even going to bother trying to actually, you know, perfect guard and stuff because I'm going to fail and I'd rather have consistency here. Can he hit me? No? Okay. Your leaping thrusts can go further. I'm not quite sure what the key is to actually activating that, but it does feel nice when it actually does work. I really wish they would just remove the end lag on it. Make it like it was in Rise, because I really loved spamming that attack, but can't always do that, can we? Probably the exact reason why. Okay, well, I don't know what healed me there, but I'm glad, because I would have died to it. Not even going to bother trying to heal right now. I don't really feel safe doing it. I've got to remember what openings he actually has. Okay. That does a lot. Wonder if I take less damage. No, about the same. And a power guard. However, I'm safe now after that to just kind of walk away and heal. Really makes you guzzle your potions though. Sure what that was for. Oh, okay. Thought it tells you when the veil broke, but does not. I think Thunder Element's the best element here. Now, the Arc Veil weapon may be better, just as the raw option. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if like Thunder Element is extra effective against the Water Veil. I also wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't. That may be the... Okay, yes, you got to charge counter that. I'm very iffy on charge counter, actually being consistent with it, so I try not to use it too often, especially if I'm trying to be consistent. But that does seem like just a really good thing to counter with, if you actually, you know, get it ready. Yeah, that does so much damage. It is just so useful. Because it's iframes. It's not just... Okay, I blocked that. You jumped straight into the trap. Cool. Maybe try to open up a wound on the back here. That way I can attack it. Probably won't happen, though. And, you know, if you don't... you favor late on that. That way, if you do miss it, you just block it. You don't have to worry about actually taking the damage. I'm going to go ahead and just power guard and try to retribution thrust here. I don't think that's a 2-hit. It looked like it was just one continuous attack. I'm curious how much health he has compared to the non-star tempereds. This is a bit greedy, but I think we're fine. Okay. Scary. Okay. Didn't quite count as a hit there. That's okay, though. I'm taking a lot of hits here. I'm fine. I'm going to just cancel that and try to back away. Other than the massive chip damage, it feels like it's going fine, so that's cool. Hit me. Or not. Okay, that's fine. Normally, if you're on the backside of that attack, you won't be hit by it. Really want to try to actually hit some stuff here, not just throw it out randomly. Really, the big thing about Lance is just learning when you can be aggressive and what kind of attacks you can fit in between other stuff. It's very similar to Prowler in that regard, at the very least. Bow's like the most similar, I've had to say, but Lance is the safe option because you don't take that damage penalty that Bow has to take. Okay, no, that is a 2-hit. I don't know why I didn't block the first one, or the first time it happened. And I don't remember what the best combos for Lance are. I think it is just spamming your charge counter. Okay. That happened. But I don't remember, so I'm not gonna worry too much about max DPS because I'm not gonna do it right anyways. I'm being very greedy here. Be greedy. Can I guard? Yes. I'm glad that didn't count as a back hit, though. Alright, stay alive. I'm trying to hit the wound, but it is not working. I mean, yeah, I think you just try to get used to that. Timing on the charge thrust. Been a nice thing to counter. That is not the attack I was hoping I would get out of that. I think I'm safe to attack here. Pretty greedy, but yes, I am. Oh no, please. No. It's this. Okay, that was another thing I was having problems with. So the belly flop is so like slow and dramatic. So it does kind of fake you out. I think that's the point of it. It feels like extra slow. And it probably is normally that speed. It just doesn't deal that much damage, so you don't really think about it too much. But, you know, it is something you have to be prepared for, especially in that scenario where I don't need to hold power guard there. And ideally, again, I'm charge countering and just not taking any damage at all. But, you know, that's part of the game. You learn when to do it, when to not. And especially for how long it is. And that's the thing, you know, you just are so anxious about it that you don't really think that you actually have quite a bit of time to prepare for it. Because you don't need a max charge counter to counter. That's just for the better damage. It may give you a slightly higher block level, but I don't think block levels play into that. I think it is just intangibility. I don't know where you're going. Guess where you're gonna finally end up. That was a bit cowardly. I could have actually landed that pretty nicely. Okay, you're exhausted, which is good. Looks like he's losing his mantle. So that does more damage as a burst than Grand Retribution. However, Grand Retribution has the triple thrust follow-up. So I think they're interchangeable depending on the scenario. If you can only get one attack out, then obviously you only want to charge counter. And obviously also damage rolls, you know, how much you're taking. Because if you can, you know, get the full combo off and you don't have to worry too much about the damage you're taking, like if you're at full health or something. That was way too early. I was not punished though. And you go into a shock trap again. Should hit me. Wait for the second one. Doesn't matter though. I don't know if I wait this out or actually try to fight him. We'll see. Just gonna keep holding block here. Mizutsune's being a nice shield though. Water Veil's back up. Yeah, see, that doesn't reach far enough. Maybe if I'm positioned a bit better, but I probably just want to follow that up with a leaping thrust. Okay, and that water does have a secondary effect there. Alright, well, Palico would be pretty cool. I'm probably going to cart here. Not dead yet. Ooh, I wonder how Water Blat's gonna play here. Probably not very nicely. We'll see. Gonna growl at me. Okay, block. Power guard. Think I'm safe to do this? I mean, I'm getting fairly, like, this is an okay time. Obviously, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little skewed because I've come off of playing Generations Ultimate, but sub 20 for an AT, I don't think that's that terrible. For how much I'm expecting, how easy of a time I'm having compared to when I was using the evasive weapons. I don't know. And maybe that's why they were afraid to have Lance, you know, not take as much damage from Power Guard, because it does make the fights easier, like less, makes them easier in the sense that you're not having to, you know, fight for your life or be scared to take damage. There's obviously still some effort I'm having to put in here because I would just be dead half the time if I don't, you know, disengage and heal, but I don't know. Maybe it is more difficult than I'm putting on. I don't know. But I don't know. The problem is the evasive weapons don't actually get full intangibility on a lot of stuff. So, and the comparison I'm making to is Generation Ultimate, where Adept has massive iframes once you actually get it off. Naturally, it already has massive iframes, but once you actually get it off, you're safe from really a lot of follow-up attacks. Not all of them, but for the most part, any follow-up attacks that happen to you, you're safe. However, in Wilds, if you do get your Adept dodges off, Bow, I think, has the better of the longer iframes. The problem is they don't last anywhere near as long as the adept iframes. So you end up taking, I think, armored damage. So you're not taking the full amount if you do, you know, take damage during that. But you're still taking a lot of damage, especially from these monsters. You're a bow gun, so you're also taking the extra damage there. And then dual blades have the same issue. They have less time, and then once you do get your adept dodge off, it's more inconsistent. At the very least, that's how it feels for me to actually perform it, to get it off, because you have that blue aura around you, which gives you the weird dodge, which is good for damage, but doesn't feel the safest. Here, though, you know, you have a lot of options that don't really fear follow-up attacks too much, other than the chip damage that they can deal. I don't know if you're like walking to the water, probably. Slap you in the face? Nope. Slap you in the chest first. How about that? Oh, okay, face. Then chest. Okay, no. Does auto counter. It's always auto countered. Back in 3rd gen when it was added, it auto countered. Okay, you're gonna do your big attack. I think I'm safe here. Just dive that. I probably was safe to counter it, but we're okay. Okay. I would have been more aggressive there if I knew he was down to that, but that's fine. I mean, what, 20 minutes for that? That's not bad. Looks like sub 20. It's right before the little dot. I don't know. I can't really complain, especially for a monster like this. Now, obviously, I think I was getting much better times with bow against Arkveld. Not Arkveld. Raydell. I think. I don't know, though. I may be thinking of the challenge quest. But, felt pretty nice. For what it is, you know, it felt pretty nice, the amount of effort I actually had to put into it. If I wanted more damage, I'd take the risks. That's the crux of it. And I like that. I like the risk reward. You deal less damage, but you're overall safer. And if you want to be a little bit more risky, you can play with charge counter a little bit more. I just think I'd need to get more used to it from a standard, like, you know, monster that isn't dealing 80% of my health if I take a hit. Need another meal. I guess I can try it. I'll do the 9-star Stragios that I have. And I'll try to be a bit more aggressive against him.
Yes. All right.
I'm gonna check the field first, make sure I'm not missing any non-stars. There's another one that has a lot of rewards. I'll save that as an investigation, and I'll just go ahead and do this one as a field survey. I also had a really hard time against 8 5-star Stragios. First time I fought him, I used dual blades. It was just like, no. Did not happen. Hardly got like 5 minutes into the hunt. So I don't know, maybe Lance is the baby weapon. I don't care at this point, I'm having fun with it. But I always tend to pick the low damage, high utility, and defensive options. That's just kind of my thing, I guess. That's how Prowler is, that's how Lance usually is, and Lance is the weapon I usually pick. The nice thing about the charge counter is you can just go into a power guard without wasting too much. You won't waste any stamina, actually. Okay. I'm trying this. It's not working. Yeah, it's not working. So I'll try to go back to what I was doing to get some pretty good times on him. All right, kick me again. Good. Okay, my bad. I have suture jewels on, so I'm not going to get bled if I actually do take too much damage from the scales. Which, granted, useless against Duna, but that was just because I forgot I had them on. I would have swapped to probably Thunder Element or something. Or not Thunder Element. I don't know what I would have swapped to. I would have figured it out. Hold on. Do a big attack? No. I'd like you to do a big attack. Finisher? No. Just go far away. That's fine.
Leave this to me. Heels inbound.
Okay. That's what I get for trying to be fancy. Wait, here we go. Nope. Oh my goodness. I don't even know if I'll be able to break out of this. Yeah, no, I'm dead. I forget you need to have knobs loaded. All right, I'm done playing fancy. That's what it gets me. Just play regularly. Hold the knife. Those attacks are certainly an interesting topic. Because once you get hit by it, there's nothing you can do unless you have a knife loaded. Or any other kind of ammo, not just a knife. Could have guarded that. It's okay though. So I think the leg swipes are good ones. Just the standing ones are good ones to actually get a counter charge off on. Okay, my bad. That's a really good attack to get the Grand Retribution on. Yes, you do take a lot of chip damage from it, but if you have any decent amount of health, you'll be fine to actually counter afterwards. And then if you actually have to heal, you can just do that. You have plenty of time for it, especially with Quick Sheath.
The monster drops something.
What's going on? I think he's leaving. I don't know why you told me that. Please hit me. Thank you. Alright, that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and heal though, just to play it safe.
Shock trap's down and ready for you.
Cool. Sand dudes are a bit weird. Okay, that was bad. Don't play on the ledge for too long. They're always a bad spot. My bad. Really should have healed after that. Cat's healing me though. We're good. Come on. Ah, I really don't like the payback thrust. It's just like long commitment. And even if you're holding guard, it doesn't immediately guard. I think you have to like spam it to get it to work. Oh. Why did I jump there? What purposeful reason did I just like, fly into the air for? And that really seriously got me some airtime.
Monsters are fighting each other.
Take this as a moment to sharpen if I can. Stop running. And risky again. It's okay. Do your thing. No, okay, I'll do it for you. Oh, never mind. Yes. Great. Awesome. Big damage off. Counter into that. No knockdown, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and heal from that. Do your big attack. Nope. In fact, you're just gonna fight my Palico. That's okay. They're running away. I know you're tired, but that's not an excuse. There you go. The leg wound opened. Do your big attack. Yes. 1, 2. That one did much less than it normally does.
Hello to these clubs.
Got the counter. Yes, that's nice. Granted, Grand Retribution is probably better, but I guess it's nice to not take the damage. Okay, maybe he's kicking the sand out from under me, and that's what's leading to it.
Leave this to me. Heels inbound.
Because I'm just like flying occasionally when I do that certain attack. Yeah, and you may have some hyper armor after that. But sometimes it's better to just turtle, let the moves pass. Leaving? No? I think so. Target's still red. Yeah, oh, he spotted a chicken in the far right, or far off area, I guess, not the far right. Sorry, that's not quite gonna be a meal for you, though. That was risky on my part. I'll be okay, though.
Leave this to me. Heels inbound.
A little late for that. There we go. Do it again. Good. Got to really on point with your focus camera usage. Okay, I'm fine here. Ah, that wasn't great. It's okay though. That was bad. Okay. Yeah, I'm on track for another sub 20, which is, you know, okay.
Over here, bud. Moving to a new area.
All right.
Leave this to me. Heels inbound.
No. Chase the bird. Bird. Oh, I know where you're going. Do I care about the wake up hit? Probably not. All right. All I gotta do is wait. He should come straight to me. Haha. It's not terrible. Okay, don't hold block, please. Much safer if you just hold block. Okay, I'm getting very greedy. No, you can counter after this. It's okay. That's rough. We're safe though. Alright. Out of mega potions. That's okay though. Really surprised I got hit there.
These claws.
Just let my armor skill recover me a little bit. You want to attack me directly, that would be awesome. Guess you don't have to though. Yes. Jump halfway across the map. Off of the ledge.
This way to the death trap.
Okay. Didn't expect that. Just waddle on in here. I know you're tired. I'm not gonna capture you, but make it faster. It's probably fixing to enrage, if I had to guess. Should have been aiming the right direction if I wanted to block that. A little too late if I want to do a triple thrust. You gonna walk into that? Okay, there you go. I'm just gonna go ahead and heal. Make sure I can finish him off. This one's not as good timing, but I think it's just because the map I'm fighting him on is bigger. Yeah, there we go. Alright. See what kind of talismans we get. Curious how Raidel is going to be, and if Duna have one of each, compared to their
This thing's a trove of new data.
special counterparts, their art-tempered counterparts. Alright, let's see what we got after we take them. Really good. Not that one, but the other one was okay, I guess, for wide range. Not that great, not that great, not that great. Alright, they can't all be winners. There's a new Udra. Save this one. There's Laggy. Need to get rid of some. Oh, Alma, where are you at?
Right.
Delete a quest.
Understood.
Alright. Now, grab the Laggy. Alright, I think I'll go ahead and... Hell, I don't know. I'll go ahead and do Nudra, just as a comparison. No, I'll do Raidel. Raidel isn't as strong. It's not a 5-star. Neither is Nudra, or I think any of the others. I think Tragios was the only one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got 2 5-stars. Okay, but these 2 are 5-star. So, it's either that or 4-star raid. That is a lot of rewards. That is a lot of rewards. That's a really good one. Let's do this one. Why not? Looks to be the closest.
I'm counting on you.
30 minutes should be plenty of time. Worst part's going to be the underwater segment since you can't block underwater. Kind of funny because that's why Lance was considered pretty good in that game because it was good underwater. because you can block. Your iframes are garbage underwater, and your dodges in general just slow and laggy. So being able to block everything, or most things, not everything, was better. Made it less tedious. Still tedious for sure, but less tedious. I don't think he has a pin, so I don't have to have the throwing knives in, but I'll keep them in for now.
I should look over there.
Hello. Like, he doesn't have really many good hit zones. Agreed. Not punished. I think I can definitely punish him more. If I can hit good hit zones. Moving fairly slow. Oh, I probably should use Archveld for this. Not getting any use out of the Thunder Element here. I think he is maybe slightly weak to Dragon. I'm using Archveld more for the raw anyways, but, you know, any extra damage I guess helps. Great. That does power up your other attacks as well, though. So you don't always have to do a Grand Thrust after. I do just think it is the better of any of the other options. Think I'm safe. Definitely, I enjoy the fight more with Lance. When, you know, you're not having to deal with just massive AoE bubbles everywhere. Because you can just block them. I'm not really taking that much damage from it either, which is nice. Frame rate is not having a great day, though. Oh, I think... Okay, I think I'm realizing now why he's so much easier. That was a lot of damage for that, too. So I'm taking less damage from Power Guard. Obviously, he's going to be easier if that's the case. I was like, man, I'm not really taking that much damage from Power Guard. I thought the other version, this might take me out. No, didn't even touch me. I'm going to complain. Okay, that did a lot of damage. That did a lot of damage, but that was the big one. So it's understandable. I probably do just still hold block there regularly, so don't take the extra damage. Okay, didn't want to do that. I wanted to just hold block there. Taking a lot of chip too. Oh boy, doing it again. Nope. Yeah. So the main thing you just stay out of the way of is the big attack. And I may be able to use the evade extender that I have to stay out of the way of it. I don't even know if that was power guard damage or not. I don't think it was because I didn't stay in it. Okay. He's not moving, surprisingly. One. That did a lot. That one really just depends on how many of the attacks you get hit by. You can actually disengage it. me actually switch my weapon now. Okay, so at full health, I can survive that. Anything less, though, probably not going to end very well. So definitely, if he's doing the long wind up,
Over here, bub. I'm your target.
don't play with it. Can you do two back? Okay, you do one back up into a big one, I think. Yes, you can do that still. That's the safe one.
Look out! Looks like it's moving to a new area.
Okay, not terrible. Used a lot of potions, but that's kind of to be expected, especially on these monsters. Goes underwater. I want to be healed up. I guess filled up too. Greed. Big attack. Okay, though. Alright. Really wish that wouldn't hit the arm. Yo.
Leave this to me. Heels inbound.
I can also upgrade the Pelico's healing, and that would be nice. Especially when having to deal with these very high chip damage monsters. That's bad. Okay, we're good though. I think it only does 4 hits. Again, that's enough to one-shot, or not one-shot me, but get me pretty much anywhere below full health, but... I was very optimistic about him going underwater. I could probably sharpen there. Probably should sharpen there. Alright, you're doing it again. Cool. Should be safe here. All right.
Leave this to me. Heels in back.
Okay. Now you're going underwater. I don't think you can use your throwing knives under here. Oh. Gotta remember how to do this. How do I go up? Okay. Okay. I think I've got it. Oh, I think evade extender works in under. That's what it feels like. I should be able to counter you after that. Nice. Raid? Yes. It's okay though. That's not too much damage. What do I do there? Go, go, go. Heal. He's probably gonna shoot a laser at me. Shoot himself at me, never mind. Yes, wonderful damage. Alright. Where is the rubble? I don't see it. Still not close enough. That's gonna hit me. Shake it off. Wait. There we go, finally. It was like okay damage. Damage. Don't add words. Hurry up and hit him. Man, I don't have the tell for that down anymore. What you doing? There we go. Got it. It's fairly consistent once you get used to how the mechanics work. In other words, don't try to open wounds, just spam your weapon attack. That should deal the extra damage.
Exhausted.
think I've gotten a single purple wound opened yet, which they're all kind of an awkward spot, so I guess that's understandable. This one may open if I hit the legs enough. I don't know though.
On its left leg! Just a little more!
I think I've been faster with the fire weapon. Back up, back up, back up. Just hold block. Really should sharpen. At least a bit. I'm going after my cat, so I'm fine. And have speed sharpening, so I don't have to worry that much, actually. I actually should have been taking advantage of being able to sharpen more. This is gonna sting a little bit. We're okay, though. I think... No, guts didn't even activate. Cool. Bedarge, never mind. That's where guts activates. We're okay. If you just let me leave, I'll happily heal back up to full. No. No. Nope. Okay, now you can attack me. I don't think he's gonna go for me. Oh, he does. So, alright. As long as you don't leave, I'd rather you know, just stay here and let me finish you off and not make me chase you across the map. Another red wound. Still no purples. Not that that matters. It really doesn't matter that much if I get purples. The biggest thing for those is that, you know, they give you a knockdown, but this may not end very well. Yeah, I think I'm dead. That's okay. I've got 2 more carts left. Won't be a sub 20, but I'm gonna go back in there and hit him once and he'll keel over, so whatever. Arkfeld Lights is definitely feeling a little underpowered, though. I want to say I was seeing better damage rolls from this one, but I may have just been looking at it wrong. All right. Where are you going? Oh, okay. So I'm going up, and I'm like, I don't think the sea monster's in the treetops. There he is. Let me sharpen. Uh-oh, here we go. Almost lost another life. Again, it's not great. However, Guts does refresh. Didn't really realize that, I guess. Let's not do that. I'm trying to avoid them. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes. Okay, don't cart, please. Don't cart. This is a very crucial part of the hunt, where you don't die. If I tap you once, I'm gonna be sad. Okay. 1, 2, 3. No, I think the Arc Bell Lance was doing more damage. Doesn't matter at this point. I'm not switching back. I'm in a waste of time. Right. Well, not quite sub 20, but I don't care. Not at this point. We got him done. Back in the day, I defeated him. But, I mean, yeah, he just feels like the 8-star version. The 8.5 version. So, I'm glad with that. I don't want to sound like I'm disappointed. I'm happy with that. I didn't want him to be like dealing 50% of my health with the regular attacks through guard. It's like, no, that's not fun. That's why I don't like fighting Gore, because that's what he does. That's his specialty. That's interesting. That's good. 2 slot and a 1 slot and 3 levels of antivirus, so you don't have to put it in. I'm not using an antivirus set though. I'm actually using a latent power set, but I'm not trying to. Well, I guess I'm just going to naturally trigger it by taking that much chip damage. Constitution's okay. I guess I could put Constitution in, but I don't really see the point, because damage is the problem, not stamina. So, Crit boost, that's pretty good. Charge Master's meh. And Ballistics is also meh. But had 1 level of crit boost and 2 1 slots, that's okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. Yes, game. Good job. And as far as I'm aware, you don't get any weapons or armor with it, which is fine. Again, I think the main purpose of those quests are just that they... And maybe they deal more natural damage, but in terms of blocking, like, they feel exactly the same, which again, I'm happy with. But yeah, either way, again, I'm not gonna go terribly long anymore, like 2 hours, because I like to do other things in the day sometimes, so I wouldn't even mind just having 2 different 1-hour sessions or things like that. And I'm not gonna never do 2-hour sessions again. I certainly will, but only when I feel like it. Either way, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. It's a bit of a mess, but I think it went fairly well for what it was. Hope to see you next time.